this is another technical update with our videos on the upgrade of our project EVO 10. I wanted to show you in this particular update what we've done on our exhaust system and how you can benefit by some of the hidden secrets in maximising the performance with the EVO 10. So you can see on this car already, this is one of our early R&D exhaust systems. It's not the production version, it's a little bit rough, but you'll notice it's got a 20 outlet rear muffler assembly. But most importantly, you'll notice it's got a joint here, which actually allows us to fit the factory joint. Now the factory joint on the back of the EVO 10 is a ball joint, but of course when we replace with our exhaust system, we don't need to do that. But if you want to buy just the rear muffler assembly only from MRT, this assembly will bolt up to the factory joint, and then later on down the track, if you want to do the rest of the exhaust, you can bolt the rest of the exhaust system on with no downside in cost for requiring future modifications. So that's a unique feature. You also notice how the centre of the muffler here is starting to get pretty hot, because obviously that's an indication of some of the localised hot spots in the exhaust because of the amount of load that we're putting through this muffler, because it's a balance between performance, flow and noise. We want this exhaust system to sound good, but we don't want it to be too loud. So moving forward around the back of the diff, you'll find we've still got a 3-inch. Particularly important is this centre hot dog assembly. Now that takes away the resonance at freeway speeds in 5th gear or in 6th gear if you've got the SST transmission. Takes the drone out of the exhaust system. You'll also notice just up here the detail of attention we take and just the way the exhaust system is manufactured. Now you'll notice how this pivot here is further forward than the hanger pivot. And the reason why that is because we go to so much detail in manufacturing these exhaust systems. When this exhaust grows under high load situations, when everything is absolutely stinking hot, this exhaust system will slowly move back by almost up to ½ an inch or 12 to 15 millimeters, by which stage that will then become vertical and the exhaust system will be hanging in the right position. So that just gives you an idea of just how detailed we are in manufacturing our exhaust. So we'll move forward to the front, and you'll see we've got another joint here, and around this side again we've got another hanger which matches the factory hanger, and again you'll notice it's a bit further forward, not as far forward because of course at this position the exhaust system doesn't grow as much and it only grows a small amount, because obviously the longer the exhaust the more it grows. Big high flow catalytic converter. Now this is a metal cat which gives a better flow than a ceramic cat. You notice the absolutely detailed position of the rear O2 sensor fits in the factory position, so that will work correctly with the factory ECU from a tuning point of view. Another joint up the front, and I just want to point out, notice how thick the joints are in the flanges. We run very, very thick CAD plated joints so they don't bend or distort over a period of time, because on the thinner flanged exhaust systems which we see coming in from overseas, to reduce the cost they use thin flanges, but the downside is the flanges distort in the heat or they get knocked or bent, and sooner or later the exhaust starts to leak, and once the flange is bent you have to replace it. You can't just put more gaskets in there. Right up the top here, hidden away, is another rear O2 sensor. That again is critical for the location of where it needs to be fitted for the design of the ECU to work correctly with the factory ECU. And what we can't show you here is where the exhaust disappears right up to the back of the turbo. Right up inside there is another flexible joint that the exhaust bolts onto the back of the downpipe on the turbo. Now that downpipe I can show you with a separate still picture. That collector is off the back of the turbo, and there's another ball joint. So this exhaust system here, when it moves on a ball joint on the back of the engine, which is critical for the design of reliability, so it doesn't crack, it doesn't include or cause vibrations, and of course that's the way Mitsubishi designed the exhaust system. If you come around this side, you'll see some of the other things that we use from a testing point of view. There's a blanking plug here. We use that for testing the back pressure in the exhaust system, and also if we want to do some more wideband lambda testing for the fuel mixtures as it comes out the back of the exhaust. So that at the moment is pretty close to what our final production version will be, but of course the production version is going to look a lot nicer. The fantastic benefit with the design of the exhaust system with the EVO is we'll be able to use a lot of common factory joints. So as you upgrade the exhaust with us with our power kits, you can be confident in knowing that you're going to get the reliable performance with the factory warranty guarantee that only MRT provide you. and of course really good performance at the same time. And this particular car, seat of the pants driving with the exhaust and the tune using the Ecutech upgrade of the factory ECU, absolutely unleashes between 30 and 40 kilowatts depending on final package you choose, and just makes the car so much more fun to drive. I drove this car at the track on the weekend up against other cars with the exhausts only and no tunes, and we were noticeably better and quicker just in a straight line with outright grunt. But drivability on the freeway, it's not noisy, it doesn't give you a headache, but it's got a good exhaust note that obviously makes you enjoy the performance of the car and having fun as a driver. So that's it from an exhaust point of view. Obviously, for more technical information and updates, you can refer our website at mrtperformance.com.au. You can go to mitsubishisecrets.com.au. You can go to the forums on our website and download a lot of technical info and post a comment or a question or do a search. And remember, also on the MRT website, you've got the video downloads, the audio downloads, the written documentation that is there to help you learn and understand more about your car. Thanks for watching. We'll speak to you again soon.